Alrighty. Mike Kravitz on Grixis Delver. Ryan Slone, Grixis Delver. Legacy Finals. The moment we've all been waiting for. These two players have gone through 8 grueling rounds to get to the final match here. And Ryan's going to have first seed. So get play because he's the first seed. So he leads with a Deathrite Shaman. Powerful start in this matchup. Powerful start in every matchup, let's be honest. And Kravitz is Kravitz is on an interesting one here. It's a lot of it's not a lot of lands. Oh, it has a Wasteland. Although that's not going to be very effective versus Deathrite Shaman, and his own Shaman's going to get stymied a little bit. Actually, there are a lot of lands in Kravitz's hand. I spoke too soon. He's going to lead with the Gitaxian Probe. And I think this is one of the matchups where managing your life total is going to be really, really important. Because it comes down a lot of the times to a race. And in this particular instance, Ryan has a threat on board already. And he's going to have a follow-up threat next turn after a Wasteland. So Kravitz is going to need to pick and choose his battles. And having, I guess, the advantage of being able to Wasteland first, it's probably not going to be much of an advantage. He did see Ryan's hand. There's no counter spells in line and to kind of like play around. So we're gonna guess we're gonna get a couple different things here. Ooh, draws another threat. Let's see what ends up happening. Ryan's gonna lead Delver. Gonna pass the turn. Nice. Couple things that could happen here, but not enough, I feel. Mike Kravitz chooses not to fire his off. I mean, he could be walking into a stifle, of his own. Ryan could have just drawn that, but does Mike take the chance? Leads with he's gonna lead with this Wasteland first, perhaps, maybe, just a little bit. Okay, so the idea here is that if he Wastelands first, he'll take the Stifle anyways. But the other idea is that if he just cracks his fetch land, he'll get that information regardless. And he won't have like a backup plan necessarily, but he decides, I want to dig. And I think it's a little bit better overall. I didn't know he had a brainstorm, so didn't have full information here. Let's see. That's a Force of Will. And a Spell Pierce. Probably doesn't want either at the moment. Yep, doesn't want either. Does this fetch land resolve, Mike Kravitz asks. Because, really, what's more important? Oh, what the? Okay, I think that's reasonable. But if Mike has the days here, that's kind of bad. Ryan finds some good ones. But, yeah, he's going to want to... I think the priority, clearly, is flip your Delver. The really unfortunate thing is he's not going to be able to shuffle away this Force of Will. It's going to rot in his hand for a little bit, but I guess he does have 2 Deathrite Shamans, so that's a thing, I guess. Alright, says that resolves. Sure, go ahead and get your, get an Underground Sea. Cast his own Delver. All right. Or, I'm sorry. Cast his own Deathrite Shaman. Ryan's going to pass the turn. Flips his Delver. Shows Force of Will. Let's get this gentleman going. All right. Kravitz knows the cards in hand. We know them with him. Bolts the Deathrite Shaman. Is there days? No, it's not going to matter, actually. Sorry. There's no days. Wasteland. All right. Hit that C. Then hit you with this. All right, so Kravitz, under the gun right now. He's gonna eat that Underground Sea now. Cast a Deathrite Shaman. Keep up 1 mana. Force of Will, super late to the party. Wow. Yeah, super duper late to the party there. Could have saved a bunch of things from happening, but did not. Wasteland, hit your black source. All right, is gonna slow the development of these Deathrite Shamans, but oh man, and Ryan rips a oh, Ryan knew that though. There was definitely he definitely knew that. There's a fetch land on top. Ryan goes to fetch. Oh, we're gonna get a stifle. Yep, stifle it is. Wasteland Stifle, still very, very effective. He's going to eat a bunch of these. Sure. Cast Gurmag Angler. Force of Will. Mike Kravitz playing with a lot of confidence right now. Chip in for 3, but I mean, what's that in the face of a Stelver that is going unmolested right now? So Mike's going to get his own Gurmag Angler, it seems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yeah, managing Mike's graveyard is super important for Ryan. Gonna go for a third Wasteland here. Oh, and then he's got his Angler. Okay, there we go. Unlocked. It resolves. Man, look at this. This is Legacy, guys. This is Legacy. Look at this. There's almost no permanents in play right now. That is crazy. Send in. Pass the turn. Is Ryan jump? Oh, I'm sorry. There was a Force of Will. So Ryan actually going to go to 22 here, and I think padding your life total has got to be pretty important. Puts Kravitz to 4. Kravitz finds a Force of Will. That's not going to be enough. Wow, that was a fast game 1. That was one of the fastest game 1s I've seen on camera today. And that was Delver on Delver, but it just goes to show you what a volatile matchup. Just like back and forth. Really, really strong stuff. Now, let's see. So there's about a solid 5-card difference between these deck lists. All right, so Ryan has 4 Delver of Secrets, 4 Deathrite Shaman, 3 Young Pyromancer, 1 True Nemesis, and 2 Gurmag Angler. Versus the biggest difference is he's +1 Young Pyromancer, -1 True Nemesis. And I like that in the mirror. Reason being is flooding the board is just as good against True Nemesis as it is against Gurmag Angler. Like, you just want to see Young Pyro more than your opponent. Seeing Gurmag Anglers is fine. You can chump block those all day with Young Pyromancer tokens. And the thing about True Nemesis is if it attacks, you're attacking for usually a lot more. You're attacking back for a lot more. So it usually has to play kind of chump duty until you can find some other ways to deal with it, namely like Diabolic Edict or something like that. But I do like that out of Ryan's sideboard. He is playing also 1 Dismember, which is going to give him a bit more game against Kravitz's Gurmag Anglers. And that's the primary difference. Is that he has Dismember where where Kravitz has Spell Pierce. Those are the 3 main differences in the main deck. Now, in the sideboard, anything goes. The Grim Lavamancers are very key in this matchup. They're going to kill opposing Deathrite Shamans, Delver of Secrets, Young Pyromancers. They're huge. That's definitely going to be coming in. Now, Kravitz has 1, so that's also going to be on his mind. But let's just go through their deck list. So Ryan first, Grim Lavamancer, 2 of, 1 Ancient Grudge, 2 Flusterstorm, Pithing Needle, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Surgical Extraction, 1 Diabolic Edict, 1 Engineered Explosives, 3 Cabal Therapy. I like Grim Lavamancer. I don't mind Flusterstorm. Pithing Needle, probably not bringing in, but it could, in a pinch, it could name Grim Lavamancer, potentially. The Pyroblasts, I don't mind. The Surgical Extractions, probably not. I like Diabolic Edict. Explosives, probably as well. I think these are all reasonable bring-ins, and I expect to see them in number. Now, on the other side, Mike Kravitz has got 2 Cabal Therapy, a Flusterstorm, a Pyroblast, 2 Surgical Extraction, a Grafdigger's Cage, 1 Grim Lavamancer, 1 Fork Bolt, a Pithing Needle, 2 Diabolic Edict, 2 Ancient Grudge, and 1 Electrickery. So Electricity, I think, is one of his trumps. Is one of the big things that he's going to have out of the sideboard that is going to prove really effective because like it's going to take care of a bunch of young pyromancers and their tokens, unflipped delvers, and grim lavamancers at 1 mana instant speed. So that's pretty good. Diabolic Edicts, having access to 2 is pretty huge. It's going to deal with both True Name Nemesis and Grillbag Angler, but it is fairly embarrassing versus young pyromancer. So there's a lot of things to take into account here. Fork Bolt, I like it. Not more than 2 Grim Lavamancer, but you got to take what you can get. So Grim Lavamancer, Fork Bolt definitely coming in, and then some number of Pyroblast. So this Pyroblast is Flusterstorm, maybe. Cabal Therapies, these are all maybes. Cabal Therapy is like kind of interesting in this matchup. The games go long, but you're usually out of cards pretty quickly. Cabal Therapy is not going to save you. But on the play, Mike might want him. And he's got access to 2. So that might not even be a reason. That might be reason enough not to bring him in because not even that many that he would see him in his opening hand, which is where you want them the most. Kravitz starts with Fetch Land. Fetch Land plays such an interesting role in this matchup. I mean, I don't even know if you keep Stifle on player draw here. It's really touch and go. It looks like Kravitz is going to go ahead and get his Volcanic, though. I mean, does this signal turn 1 Grim Lavamancer? That's pretty strong. I don't mind that. Didn't get to see their openers, playing them a little close. There's a True Nemesis, so no, it's going to be a turn 1 Delver, but off of Volcanic Island's interesting. I think he wants to protect his Underground Seas from potential wastelands. Definitely a good place to be. Ryan likely to be thinking along the same lines, but fetching here goes down for a Volcanic Island as well. Black border versus white border here. You guys can tell a huge difference. I mean, no shame to these white border revised duels, but man, those black border ones are gorgeous. Delver's gonna flip on this Stifle. Okay, that's some game. And if Mike Kravitz has a Lightning Bolt, that's gonna be pretty good too. So he's gonna lead with Wasteland on your. I can't imagine he does anything else. Yeah, he's gonna Wasteland that. Sure, ship in for 3. Puts Ryan to 16 because he has a fetch land. Sorry. And then Kravitz. Ooh. So there's. Oh, wow. Stifle's so good here. There's actually 2 things he can stifle. He can stifle either the Grim Lavamancer activation, or he can stifle the fetch land. I think those are both very good. All right. Kravitz draws a Ponder for the turn. He has his fetch land of his own. And I think I would play. Oh, no, he has an Underground Sea, too. That might just be better. Yeah, Stifle's super good on the draw. Or on the play, I mean. What am I talking about? It's super good on the play. Let's go ahead and ship in. Puts Ryan to 13. Plays another Delver of Secrets. And does Ryan have a second land? He does not. He's putting this one under a ton of stress. Yeah, and Ryan's falling into a hard one here. He's gonna have to fetch. Looks like Mike's got the Stifle. And Ryan has no response. He's gonna ship in with this Grim Lavamancer, but as we know at home, it's not enough. This Delver, let's see if it flips. It does. Gitaxian Probe. Oh my god. Mike Kravitz just has had such an incredible draw here. And he's basically planned this out or played this out like as best as he could. What he's looking for here is he's looking for a way to disrupt this Grim Lavamancer, or if nothing else, play another big threat. He's going to crash in for 2. He's going to which puts Ryan on a 1-turn clock. He's dead next turn if Ryan has nothing. He sees that Ryan has almost everything, but but no land with which to cast it all. And Ryan's debating whether he even wants to show him the sideboard cards he brought in. He's like, yeah, it's worth it. I brought in a second Grim Lavamancer and a Diabolic Edict. Like, so sue me. It has to be Volcanic or Fetch Land off the top here. Deathrite Shaman, however, is also going to be nail in the coffin, I feel. Just a lot of things going on Mike's side. Does Mike want another red source or another black source? Yeah, he's going to get the black source. With the second one in play, he's less susceptible to a lot of things. Yep. Mike, Ryan he has a true name nemesis. Okay, my bad. Sorry, that's what ended up happening. So another quick game too. Shows you how tempo oriented this matchup is. It is. I mean, I thought that these would be a little bit more grindy, and they're not. At least as far as these games are concerned. So there's a lot of different ways that these can develop. Right, so 1-1 in this Grixis Delver mirror match. Let's see how everything goes. We're all hoping for maybe not a flashy finish. Or maybe we are. Maybe we're hoping for a flashy finish. Maybe we want something crazy to happen, like, a bunch of stifles on the stack, and then like dazes and spell pierces and fluster storms, or I don't know. All of it sounds good. All of it sounds like something that I would enjoy playing, and I really hope you guys are enjoying what you're watching. Thank you for every single person watching the stream right now. I really appreciate all the support you guys throwing our way. I think we've got almost 100 people watching this stream right now. That is incredible. We're no stranger, I guess, necessarily to streaming, but we recently picked it back up after a pretty long hiatus. So we love any and all support. Please follow, like, and subscribe. We're at FAD Games, basically at everything. At FAD Games at YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch, obviously, on Instagram. Please give us a like and follow. We should also be having some raffles and sweepstakes coming up soon to kind of help our online presence, get our name out there, make sure people are paying attention to the stream. I mean, if you subscribe, guys, we're going to start getting some really interesting emotes going too. Like, one of the big ones is I want to get the Yo Day. It's like a picture of him. Well, it's hard to explain. I guess I'll have to put it in a post somewhere, but follow us. Get the news on these kinds of things. If you subscribe, if we get enough subscribers, we're going to get more emotes, and we're going to get some Magic-related ones. Our first two, Smash-related. So not super not super relevant to the conversation right now, but we did use them there because Smash is what got us our sub button, and so we paid respect to that. Now, with Magic, we're really trying to ramp up our Magic, our Pokemon, a bunch of other different like TCGs and board games even, and so we're looking to get those subs, and we're looking to earn them. We're not just looking for free subs, guys. We're looking to really put out a ton of content for you guys. We really want, like I said, we really want to put out a ton of content for you guys, and for stuff for you guys to enjoy. All right, so for sure, there's a lot of good things going on. The SoCal Magic scene is super, super hype. I mean, people think that Magic only happens on the East Coast, and sure, East Coast brings the numbers, but does the East Coast bring the noise? Let's be real here. There's a ton of great Magic players come here on the East Coast. Or, I'm sorry, on the West Coast. I guess on the East Coast, but definitely here on the West Coast. This is where Channel Fireball's from, guys. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. We've got a huge following out here, and SoCal Magic especially, super proud of it. Super proud to be a part of this community, and we love watching and playing Magic. So hopefully you guys do too. But let's get on to this third game. Mike Kravitz, Ryan Slone, Grixis Delver Mirror. Looks like we're leading with a Ponder. So no turn one Deathrite. That could be the make or break for Ryan. He also doesn't have a red source yet, but he has 2 red cards in hand. So depending on how this turns out, I mean, this Ponder is probably a ship. It doesn't look like it has a red source. It just has another red card. I suppose there's not a ton of urgency here. He could leave it, draw the card on top, draw the Dismember, because he'll need it eventually, draw the Dismember, and then look for a red source again with the Ponder that he just drew. Gitaxian Probe, let's see it. All right, show me. All right, there's a young Pyro there. Oh man, that's a lot of red cards, like, that are just not going to do anything right now. Let's see. Looks like Kravitz is done figuring things out. I mean, this is kind of how he won game 2. Is like he just took a look at what Ryan's working with. He's like, all right, my game plan is going to is deeply affected by how you're playing or what the texture of your hand is. So let's go. Let's figure out if you can beat the information that I know. And at current, looks like both of our players just looking for answers, just looking for ways to kind of interact in this matchup. If Mike Kravitz is on a 1-lander, however, and I don't believe he is. No, yeah, exactly. He's not. He could get punished pretty severely soon, but it does not look like that's going to happen. Ryan Slone is going to go ahead and play this Wasteland, and he's going to play his Ponder. Hopefully it resolves. Yep, does resolve. Does he? Oh, and Ryan finds a Pyromancer and a red land on top. All of these are good things, and Ryan might not even want to crack this Wasteland. I don't think that's correct. Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's correct, but yeah, here we go. Days was the draw, or I'm sorry, Wasteland was the draw for Mike. He's got 2 more coming up, and if I'm Kravitz, I actually really love Wastelanding here. I mean, Ryan's not doing anything, and this next turn he's going to be able to play a 1-mana spell, and then if eventually. I mean, he has lands, so we'll see how that goes. Yep, Wasteland. All right, so Ryan, and Ryan wants to protect this volcanic island. He cannot let this get hit right now, but he's down to 1 underground sea, so, I mean, maybe that's just how it has to be. There's the second Wasteland. Mike Kravitz is going to hit it. Yep. Brainstorm in response. Sure. Oh, no. And Ryan is Brainstorm locked with a Wasteland in hand and an Underground Sea. So he's going to get another Brainstorm this following turn. But that's probably it. Oh, my goodness. Ryan is getting put under right now. And it's... And Kravitz very nonchalantly... He's like, yeah, I know you're not going to want to hit this. And Kravitz has 1 fetch land. Is that another Wasteland? I think it is. He actually also has another Wasteland. That could be good. Passes the turn. I believe that's a Stifle in hand. So Ryan wants to play. I mean, this is where we're getting into the mid game. Like, these are a lot of spells. There's not a lot of lands in play, but there's a lot of spells here, and they could happen in quick succession if the players get to develop a little bit more. There's not a lot of pressure on the board right now. There was no turn 1 Delvers. There's no turn 1 Deathrights. Not even a turn 1 Grim Lavamancer. So there's a couple things that could happen here. The biggest one being, Ryan wants to cast a spell, but he's just he has to protect his lands. He can't lose to another Wasteland. And it looks like Kravitz says, yeah, guess what? Fetch. Kravitz says, well, if you don't want to do anything, I'll do something. And at the very least, Kravitz could stifle this Wasteland right now. If Ryan chooses to use it, at least. But I think Ryan needs the mana, so gonna go ahead and get Grim Angler into play, and that's gonna get dismembered, I feel. And Ryan probably wants to wait till his next turn to cast it. I think it's a little greedy. I mean, what choice does he have? He falls to 16 here. Oh man, did he have any fetch lands? He did not have any fetch lands. All right. Untaps. Kravitz has a 5/5 in play. That is so crazy. Oh, Ryan finds a fetch land. Pretty good for him, but it's susceptible to Stifle. Okay, so I guess what he could do, and this is not optimal, but he could play his fetch land. He could Wasteland, targeting Polluted Delta, and in response... Oh, okay, he's just going to cast this. But then in response, he could fetch his land, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. But it looks like Ryan's going to take some lumps right now. Oh my gosh, this is so brutal. Doesn't look like Kravitz has a response here. Also, not really wanting to lose his land to Wasteland. So there's a Deathrite Shaman and more red spells, so not enough. Yeah, Ryan is quickly falling behind. I mean, that's not because Kravitz has a threat on board, but just yeah, he's his land drops are just not lining up with Kravitz's. Getcha, put you to 11. Kravitz has to do something here. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan has to do something here, but he can't just play out like his trump card is Young Pyromancer. He has 2 in hand. He's gonna make Kravitz burn it, but I think he missed sequence it because he could. That's a stifle. Yeah, there's just no way that Ryan can win there. That is unfortunate. So Mike Kravitz stifles the nail in the coffin. What an amazing card in the mirror. That's Mike Kravitz over Ryan Slone. Grixis Delver versus Grixis Delver. Keeping the stifles definitely ended up being the determining mirror breaker. So, all right. Well, that's going to be it for us, guys. Thank you so much for following us. That's the Legacy Finals of our Win Legacy Stables at Fire and Dice. We'll catch you guys later.